Phoenix Down Radio is on the air. With your hosts,
Klaus Nightbringer,
Fair Kimono,
Chili,
and Luna Vox.
Welcome everybody to Phoenix Down Radio, episode number 46. How's everybody doing tonight?
doing pretty good.
Good to hear.
Expansion.
Chili, how are you?
Why am I not on Stormblood?
Because you're not on your main.
Oh yeah.
Because you're silly and you're a silly. And silly.
Damn right, I'm silly.
Because you're the king of Ultros, and
Yeah, and Ultros is not Hyperion. So
no.
welcome everybody to Stormblood. We are in there. We have done the stuff. And good night. No.
Bye everyone. Go play Stormblood.
Yeah, sorry guys. We'll see ya. Go play the game. No.
Oh wait, fate popped. Gotta go. Bye.
No, we did that before the show.
There could be another one. You don't know.
Yeah. Well.
Ixion popped. Let's lag out.
Oh my
Right.
God! If Ixion pops during the show, I'm gonna be pissed. I mean, I missed out on an Ixion already. I missed out on a couple of S ranks while I was running content and stuff. I'm like, come on, guys. But
We can chat.
are you guys as surprised at all the people? I mean,
No. Honestly, I'm not.
not surprised. I mean, are you glad to see it though?
Yes and no. I have issues, but we can get to that a little later in the show
Okay.
when we actually start talking about Storm.
Okay, fair enough. So let's kind of talk a little bit about show news. Probably the biggest piece of news is just before the servers went down for Stormblood maintenance, I was able to procure my own free company. So Phoenix Down Radio now has its own free company in Hyperion. So if you want to join us, we are currently live from the Phoenix Down Radio house. It's Lavender Beds, Ward 2, Plot 51. So stop by if you want to join the live show and say hi. Also, if you're looking for a free company to join on Hyperion, and just give me a shout and say hi, or send an invite, and I'm more than happy to have you. So we're always looking for people. I think I'm going to turn into Flatus and Shin trying to recruit for Garuda Gang or something like that.
I'm in it, so join us.
I mean, we've got a few good people already. Luna's got her alt in here. Chili's got his alt, and then
We've got Kane.
we've got
With the
Kane.
Mason
We've got
Purple.
Daltrea. And we have Cookie's alt as well. So, like I said, we just started, so we haven't been going for very long. It's a thing, but no, we got a pretty house, and we're gonna see if we can save up enough and move over to Shirogane. Maybe. Speaking of that, have you guys taken a look at the housing wards
Yes.
that are over there?
Have I taken a look? That's funny.
Luna already knows what plot she wants.
I literally have plans written down right in front of me in a notebook.
The secret notebook.
Dude, I have my first choices, my second choices, what wards I'm going to go to, the Aetherites nearest the house.
Well, you're not gonna just log out next to it and then wait for the servers to come back up.
Only the first ward is open. So,
Yeah.
it's stupid to go for the first ward.
Is it? No,
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
think I think they're all open.
No, they're not.
I thought you could get to any one of them.
No, they're not.
Huh. Okay. I believe you, I guess. I'll have to try that out, but I could have sworn that. But
No, it's just the first ward.
okay, because the first word's going to sell out in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, that's why you don't go for the first ward.
Exactly.
Unless you're Ultros.
Well, yeah, then you got a week.
Yeah.
You know what, Chili? I don't want to hear any of your sass.
Chili's full
Well,
of sass.
Well, you're large and medium anyway. Those will sell out instantly. The
Yeah.
small ones will take
Yeah.
about a week.
So prices I think are the same for everybody. Larges run from 40 to 45 million. Mediums are 20 to 25 million, and smalls are
Three
Pocket
to
change.
3.5.
pocket change.
No, that's still a lot of money.
Yeah, but if you're smart and get the right gear for these quests as you're leveling up, you'll be able to make quite a bit of money from that too.
I just picked the materia.
See, I started doing that, and I'm like, I should have picked the gear. Some of that gear is selling for 50, 60K. The materia is selling for like 3.
Yeah, but then you can transmute the materia and try and get a 6.
I suppose. But I mean,
And then you can sell that for 40.
yeah,
Or
materia is so cheap. I mean, it literally drops from enemies now.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
and you can get it from hunts. I got a cracked materia from my first A hunt.
And that'll get you you can trade that in for a rank
A
6.
6.
So
Yeah.
and you can buy them with Centurio seals, and they, like I said, they literally drop from enemies in dungeons too.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. I haven't seen a 6 drop from that. No, wait, I did see somebody in my run get a 6. I don't know.
I
I've
tell
gotten
you that
several
those-
6s before from dungeon runs.
I haven't seen any 6s. I've gotten a
I
bunch
can
of
tell you that
5s.
I can tell you about 3 different enemies. See, I find that a certain pattern of enemies drop the 5s and 6. It's the one pull at a certain point, and then another pull just after that. There's like a specific set of enemies that drop the materia.
All right. Well, we can talk about that maybe once we get into a spoiler cast because we don't want to ruin anything. So
Yeah, I'm not gonna say what does drop them, but yeah, there's specific enemies. that seem
enemies
to-
in a certain dungeon.
yeah, in a certain location.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Game and community news. Final Fantasy XIV is going to be at the Japan Expo in Paris. Great place for it, right?
They'll get T-shirts. I bet.
Yeah. Thursday, July 6th through Sunday, July 9th. As is now their custom at events, except FanFest.
Yeah.
The Battle Challenge will be back not only with 1 but 2 primals that you'll be able to fight and a chance to win an I Beat t-shirt. So you're going to be able to win I Beat Susano and I Beat Lakshmi.
Nice.
Yeah, it's... Chili, you going to Paris?
Oh yeah, shit, that's not too far from me.
It's actually not that far. I mean, it's only a train and a bus, right?
Yeah, or a plane.
Or a plane. But, you know, I'm just thinking, you know, because, well, I suppose planes aren't that expensive when you just have to fly from London to Paris.
Well, no, Manchester as well.
Oh, I suppose. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know all of the town or all of the
But no,
towns in the area.
I could still. Nah. Nah, I've been to France once, never again. Smells.
But you can get an I Beat Lakshmi shirt. You can get I Beat Waifu
Yeah,
shirt.
but it's still in France.
But I Beat Waifu.
Just
And there'll also be a fan gathering the first night on July 6th at 8 p.m. local time. So,
last time I went to France, I got lost at midnight. So
ruh-roh.
yeah.
Then the other big piece of news coming out, aside from Stormblood itself, is the Fly the Falcon campaign. This is the start of the replacement for the veteran rewards that they've had going into 2.0 and 3.0. So basically, starting July 6th, I think it is. If you own Stormblood and you subscribe for 90 days during that period, I think it's like from July till September, you will get the Falcon mount, which is basically a one-person little airship.
And submarine.
And submarine and motorcycle.
It's everything you want.
It actually, I don't know if you saw the pictures that it actually kind of rides around like a motorcycle on the land.
I saw the flying one and I saw the swimming one. I did not see the motorcycle one.
Yes, it's not like the motorcycle that Cloud has in 7, but it's still a motorcycle. It's got a one front wheel and then like it looks like a back wheel, so maybe 2 back wheels. I didn't see.
Let's look at this.
A tricycle.
Yeah, maybe it might be a wedge trike kind of
Oh
thing.
my god, that's so funny.
Right?
Look amazing with my Lalafell.
Well, it's shown with a lot. I hope that the mount changes size based on the character model. So
No, it should be like the ghost sperm where you just sort of oversize it.
no.
Rogadin's flying in there.
But
Freaking
I
I love the ballet. Oh god.
It works on your remaining days also, if I remember rightly. So if you already have over 90 days remaining on your subscription, it should automatically be yours on July 1st.
No,
Oh.
it does not. You will first get it September 5th.
Really? I thought that was only if you...
Nope, that is that is when it will become available.
Boo. I went the right way.
Well, the reason they're doing that is because they don't want people to, feel bad about, not being able to either get game cards or time cards like that. Because I buy month to month. I just have it auto debit for my card every month. Or,
It says if you meet the requirements by the end of August, the amount will be sent to you on Tuesday 5th.
Yeah. Which it's between when it starts and when it ends at that point. So, point stands.
Curses.
Haha. So yeah, we've got that. Aside from that, I think everybody's been kind of playing this new game expansion called Stormblood. Heavensward. Well, actually, I do know some people who are still finishing up Heavensward.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's not incorrect totally, but it's not what we were trying to say, even though I think I may have accidentally said it. So I started out by putting out a Twitter poll asking people, what you think of Stormblood and to share some of your experiences with us. And unsurprisingly, 74% of people said they love it. 15% of people haven't played it yet. And 11% of people said it's okay. Amazingly though, nobody said they're not digging it.
That's good. That's positive.
That's definitely. I mean, it's okay. I mean, that's like, and I think one person accidentally clicked that, they said. But there was a couple other people who did click on it. So maybe they just weren't digging it. Maybe they didn't get too far into it yet. But most people, myself included, love it. And we got a little bit of feedback from people on that as well. At Trellier said, still adjusting to the changes to both my mains. Going to take some time getting used to, but enjoying it so far. At Chewbacca73, only unlocked Red Mage and Sam so far, so no input as yet. And Kane FFXIV, our good old Kane Thorbreaker. I'm going through MSQ as Sam, and I love everything. It's great. The issues at the start were a slight bump in the road. So, what about you guys? Luna, let's start with you. What are your initial thoughts?
I'm kind of with Kane on it. The first few days, the early access, it was stressful. It was.
Should we talk early access?
Yeah, let's talk early access.
Early access. I was okay. I'll put this away. I was very happy. 4 o'clock in the morning, I was able to get on. Yeah.
Let's kind of go back and explain what happened to those who aren't around and don't know what happened.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start by comparing it directly to what happened for us versus what happened Heavensward. With Heavensward, when that first early access came out, we could not sign in. It was a couple of hours until we could get in. The servers were just, and when we get in, we'd see the game and it would crash. It would 90K.
Yep, I remember that.
But when Stormblood came out, I signed in right away. And there was tons of people on right away. And we all unlocked our Red Mage and our Samurai. And then I had to go to work. So I'm like, okay, cool. We have a good launch. Huzzah! Then what happened, Luna?
It wasn't a good launch.
What happened, Luna?
Rob on X.
Dun, dun, dun.
No, what? Okay, so what was happening, I guess, according to what SE was saying, that there were so many people per data center that were trying to get into this single player instance that basically people got locked out of instant servers.
Yeah, the instant servers couldn't handle the load. Okay, here's my issue with that. SE knew that those instances in the MSQ were going to be hammered right away.
Yep.
They could have easily taken resources and allocated them to and reinforce those servers, and then once the huge load is taken off of it, then they just repurpose them and put them back to, I don't know, some other duty instance server. But they should have known to build up extra ones. They ended up doing that a couple days later.
A couple days later.
Yeah.
I think they like to use early access as kind of a warm up. Like,
well, yeah, it's beta testing for all intents and
Yes.
purposes, but I
Yes.
mean, it's stress testing their servers. So I mean, we can't expect a perfect launch for it, but still, that's pretty basic. If you know that you're going to be funneling people through this bottleneck, you need to make sure that you got enough pipe to get through, or
But at the
you're going to
same
block
time-
people.
But at the same time, depending on how much money and time it would take them to do that compared to actually doing other things, and maybe it's not.
Yeah.
It's annoying for us, but
I see what you're saying too. It all depends on what it takes to repurpose a server for something like that, and it's not as bad as you think. A lot of these servers can. I guess I work in IT. I work as a network technician. I know how to create a virtual server and get it set up and running pretty fast. So I mean, and they have data centers that they can do this on a huge scale. It wouldn't be all that difficult to spin up extra servers and put some extra processor time in there and get a few of those up and running. But I mean, there is a higher cost on that though.
yeah, maybe they just don't want to waste the money.
Or maybe think of it this way. Maybe they did do that and they anticipated a certain number that was far too low for what they were anticipating.
The thing is, though, they knew exactly how many people were going to be logging into Stormblood during those days. They knew exactly how many pre-orders there were.
Not really. If you do if you pre-ordered somewhere else or pre-ordered,
But you
true,
had to
you
register your early access. They knew exactly how many accounts had early access. So, I mean, that's on them.
they probably thought people would go to work.
Yeah, but
That's still on them.
well, I can see where you're frustrated, yes. But I'm kind of taking the side of SE on this because
Oh, don't get me
If you
wrong.
think-
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I know. Let me talk. Shut up. If you think about it, the amount of people that got the pre-order, yes, they saw the numbers, they got it, and they probably did as best as they could to prepare for it. But they probably did not have the people to alpha test that amount going into it. So once they actually got the actual load going into it, they say, hey, okay, this is where the problem is. This is how we can fix it. This is how we can manage it for this amount of people.
SE basically took a gamble hoping that they would be able to get by with what they did, and they were wrong. That's what's ended up being. They ended up rectifying it later on, increasing the amount of people that could get into instance servers, putting more instance servers in there to handle the load for Raubon and Pippin, and by Sunday, everything was moving very smoothly. Until the DDoS.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Which is not a hack, by the way, Cookie. I hate when anyone calls a DDoS a hack.
Yeah, it's basically what people are doing is they're sending packets of information to the servers, making it think that making it waste resources like processor time, network bandwidth, things like that on basically what ends up being garbage and locking people out who are trying to get in.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is with Raubon and Pippin, Extreme and Savage, I was able to just do fates while I waited. I'd do a few fates, click on it again, do a few fates, click on it again.
Yeah,
It's why I was almost 65 before I actually got past Raubon.
I leveled Red Mage for a bit.
How's Red Mage going for you anyways, Klaus?
Once I got through Raubon X and Pippin Savage, I barely touched it. But I did get it up to 56 through Palace of the Dead.
Oh, nice.
So
That's not bad at all.
Now that I'm through main scenario, I do plan on leveling up my Red Mage more, and it's fun. Holy fuck, is it fun?
I'm really, really liking Samurai. It's how, I was talking to people in my free company in my LS about this, but it's how I wish Monk would have played before.
I'm gonna have to give it a
So,
try. I mean, it
I
looks
love
interesting.
Samurai.
I have it unlocked. I'll probably give it a try. But like I said, I am through and through Red Mage for life, and I am so happy that I am not a refresh whore.
And I'm a healer, then.
With
now
wings.
we can just be like, Red Mage, why didn't you freaking res me?
Well,
And you'd be like,
I haven't gotten my res yet. My Verrays.
yeah.
Yeah, in a certain dungeon at level 60, I wanted to send the picture, but I don't want to spoil anyone. But I did a crit of 20k with Clemancy.
What was it?
Damn.
Was it buffed up with
Yep.
all the different healing potency buffs?
Yep.
But hey, still that's pretty impressive. You know that you would give a scholar a run for their money on something like that.
Yeah, the skull only did 12k on me. And that was a
Womp
crit.
womp.
Can I? Okay. This is something that I kind of been wanting to talk about
Go ahead.
as far as maybe a potential discussion thing for tonight, since let's be honest, we don't have that much. We're talking about Stormblood and whatnot. But have you guys been noticing any issues with the classes that you have been playing?
It's different.
No.
Different.
Bard
Yep,
is
okay.
different. Bard is very, very different from the ARR Bard as well as from the Heavensward Bard.
You can move again, at least.
Yes, but at least from what I'm seeing so far, like I said, we're just going to talk about this real briefly. We'll maybe discuss it more later on. I don't have as much AoE spam as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have as many tools in my AoE toolkit that I had it before. I don't have my fire arrow, my flaming arrow. I lost one of my AoEs, the flippy one that I took a screenshot of for the 14 days of 14.
Mm-hmm.
Wide volley.
Why? Thank you, and welcome, Sarah.
Hi.
We are at
There was
the
traffic.
we are at the
Hey,
Phoenix Down
Sarah.
Radio free company. Come
On
join us
my
as soon
way.
as you can. Sarah and the work and the things,
Being a paladin, I didn't feel any difference.
except
Oh
for you
my
got
god,
wings.
Warrior feels so different now. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I killed the striking dummy for the Sky, Sand, Sea, whatever the hell it's called.
Mhm.
Like, I could kill the striking dummy, so it's like, okay, I'm apparently still dealing damage, but it just feels so different. I'm not hitting my stun for the extra DPS. I'm not using a lot of abilities that I used to. And just the, like, when I hit main, it's like okay, I need to put the slashing debuff on multiple different things, but maybe I only need to keep that one. I don't know what I'm doing, and it feels
Yeah,
weird.
I'm trying to figure out the same thing with Bard. I mean, I lost, half of my cross-class abilities that I had from before. When I logged in, half of my stuff had slashes through it. It's like, okay, so I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have that.
I must admit that
That's
dummy was
it.
a pain in the ass for me as a paladin to beat, because I like to use Holy Spirit to do some burst damage, but that fills up my oath gauge by 20%.
Mm-hmm.
So all I do is I do 5 Holy Spirits, which gives me 100% of my gauge, use 2 Shieldtrons, get my mana back, and then use a couple more. But because I can't use Shieldtron on Tronic because it doesn't attack back, that just kind of screws me up.
Princess in chat, I fully agree with you talking about Nature's Mini. That seems like such a worthless skill on Bard. Basically, you can boost your own or a party member's healing potency for 20%, but only one person.
Well,
I mean, toss that on the tank before, like, big tank busters start
Yeah,
coming up, I guess.
But I mean, I don't know. And
Yeah.
there was a lot of things that lost a lot of value. Like you no longer, what is it? Payan no longer removes a debuff and protects you. It only does one or the other.
oh wow.
Though I will say, firing off 3-stack pitch perfects is oddly satisfying.
Yes. Wait till you get to 70 and get the new one. That is an amazing ability. The one that looks like Gilgamesh is arrow shooting multiple arrows at a target.
Oh.
I forget what it's called, but it's amazing. I'm bad.
Oh,
at
it's
Also,
it.
not
does
named
Mage's
after a
Ballad-
movie musical.
Also, does Mage's Ballast still do nothing for mages?
Yes.
I still find that weird.
Unless
Yeah,
the mages want 15% more HP when the boost is added to it.
Which, I mean, everyone wants hit points. so-
Refulgent arrow, yes. Thank you, princess.
Refulgent, thank you.
Well, she
It's
typed
a
it
word.
refulgent, but yes, it is refulgent arrow.
Is it?
Yes. But
I trust Asuna more. It's Reflugent now.
That's not even a word.
It is now.
it's been reflued.
Oh,
It's
Just
God.
like
got the
my-
flu
my-
again.
Just like my Paladin's move is now called Request a Cat.
Request a cat. I got a fox.
Yeah.
Well, Luna's got a cat.
Yep.
Oh my God!
Well,
Speaking
I am
of
a cat.
that fox aren't they adorable?
They
Whoa.
are.
Yes.
Well, the cat
God
is so
damn it!
cute. Klaus
Bye,
didn't do the
Klaus.
thing.
I didn't do the thing. I'm
What
a
didn't you
fail.
do?
I
Yeah, was
didn't
watching
move
his
my mouse.
symbol.
I didn't move my mouse. So
Did you automatically log out?
yes,
Yes,
I
you
did.
did.
That's kind of hilarious.
It is. It's
Because he
it's
did Request
sad.
a Cat.
I didn't request the cat. All right, we'll get in
See,
there
the
again.
cat would have batted you around and you wouldn't have logged out.
For those of you watching live, this is what the fun you get. God damn it, I got kicked out of the house too.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Now this is my house. I claim it.
Motherfucker.
No, I'm in here. Get out of here.
Get out of
James
my
in here, too.
chair.
I'm not going to get you a chair. It's not as comfy.
Yeah, you're saying on wood. We're saying on plush.
Yeah, why would I want to get in that chair? This is plush
All
and
right.
that's dirty and old.
Okay, but
All,
the reason.
all I'm hearing is that you called Luna fat.
Well, that's true,
Uh-uh.
but
All
no,
right.
I'm fat. That's not.
Moving on.
Anyways. The reason why I bring that up, if you guys notice anything different or wrong with your classes, is there is something seriously off with Scholar. Seriously off.
What's that?
Before. Okay, let's see. Let me try to explain this as well as I can.
Luna explained the things.
Scholar. So Scholar has a problem. We basically ended up getting heals that are cost more MP for less potency. Basically, is
that's
what's
not cool.
No, it's not.
No.
And it's supposed to be that we're supposed to be depending more on our fairy, but for people that roll with Celine, like I do a lot, I'm the main healer. Celine's the buff.
Okay.
Fey Union is it's okay. I wouldn't say it's the best thing in the world. It's okay, but basically, like let me tell you how much MP like sucker costs. It's 2,280 MP.
At level 70.
So, at level 70.
Oh.
Adlo is 1,800. A Physic is just 600.
And how much MP do you have?
I have 17k as of right now.
Wow, so you can burn through that pretty fast.
Yeah.
Very, very fast. There is something very wrong.
Unless you have a caster that can give you 20% of their MP,
Yeah, no one's going to do that.
right?
I had a caster that gave my Paladin MP.
Chili, I
Well-
might hurt you.
Well, here's the thing. SE is monitoring all of this, and they're going to make changes. So don't.
I know.
So
I know.
I understand the being concerned. Make sure you voice it in the proper places, and the official forums are the best place for that. So even people listening to us on the podcast, watching us live, if you have an issue with the class that you're playing, see if there's something that maybe you are missing on it, and voice your concern. Let them know.
Mm-hmm.
They're great about listening to everybody. So
And
Uh,
Luna, the reason why they used it on me was because it was on the second primal, and I was the only one not dying because I was just healing myself through all the attacks.
Hey, Klaus.
So,
Yeah.
Quick check. What is the house number for your new house?
51.
51.
I am very sorry to whoever's home I just invaded. I didn't touch anything.
You wanted
it's
to,
open,
but-
it's fair enough.
Wait, we just recorded me committing a felony. I need
No.
to burn this tape.
You're the hero, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, hero attacks. I'm taking their stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Friend of mine always yells out hero
Hero
attacks when he opens the chest,
tax.
when he opens the
Da-da.
chests in peasants' houses.
I mainly just shout out, I am the good person, and then steal
Yeah.
all their things.
So,
It's hero tax. It's the price you pay for having heroes keep you safe.
but like I said, we've only been playing this game for a week now. A week,
I
well,
know.
including early access, 8 days. So,
if we hadn't talked about it, I actually did a bit of Summoner because I had been getting it to 60 before it changed over, and I did a bit of it after. That one, the flow feels really different, but in a kind of fun way.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Summoner now too.
Yeah, the dynamic of it definitely, it feels a lot easier to keep track of what's going on. I don't have to worry as much about optimizing certain things, and I get to fire off Dreadworm trances all the time. I'm not even to 70 yet, so I'm really looking forward to that.
I had a quick go on Black Mage, and I thought it felt a lot more smoother now.
What's a black mage?
It's something you'll never level.
Exactly.
Because you don't need
It's
to
Red
for
Mage's
Swift Cast.
daddy.
Exactly. What red mage? Yeah, it's white mage and black mage are red mage's daddies and mommies.
Yeah.
But
They could be both daddies. Why you gotta be so?
parents.
And then one of the mages has a gladiator piece on the side.
Whoa!
Well,
What?
where else does the sword come from?
I guess. Right?
But okay, so
It came from
Well, I mean,
Fantasy
the other one knows about it. Like, they're comfortable with it. This is a mutually agreed upon arrangement, and that makes it okay.
so it's open lore. Anyway, so that basically covers early access. Then we had the official launch on Tuesday, and we still had DDoS. We had a lot of DDoS. If you caught my stream on Tuesday, we were trying to run some dungeons for Eorzea, and every time we tried to log in, we would get 90k'd. So we spent like half an hour trying to get in and do the thing. And yeah, that sucked.
But instead, you beated your head against the wall.
Yes. Well, we ended up not doing much of anything. I mean, I couldn't even level up my red mage.
I did wonder a little bit about people who are, like, in my link shells, who are spending hours upon hours spamming the same instance. It's like, it is clearly not working. There are other things that you could do that maybe are not the thing you wanted the most to do, but it would still be better than just standing there clicking on this thing forever.
As I said, I was just doing fates and...
Are you talking Raubon X there, Sarah?
Yeah, among others, but that was one of the big ones that came up.
Like I said, that was basically taken care of during early access, though.
Right.
But we're talking now more actual release now. So,
okay.
So basically, when people would try to get into a dungeon to move on through storyline, you know, when they switched over from their world server to the instance server, they would get disconnected because of the continued DDoS.
I remember that. I was trying to run the dungeon in Azim Steppes. And yeah, I got booted the first boss.
And then you couldn't even get back on.
Nope.
And that's when I went on over to my my Sarg alt and found out all the stuff that he still had waiting for him from all the loot that I bought on the SE store. So yeah,
that's always pretty fun.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Level 1 character with 39 minions, I think.
Yeah, mine was just ridiculous.
Those Alamecan earrings are wearable at level 1, so that's going to really give a boost for them.
Yeah. And then, okay, so then the other thing we had, it's still an issue now, DPS queues.
Yep.
It's terrible. It's horrible. It's awful. Oh, but we have the same amount of tanks and healers as before. Bullshit. Everybody's trying Red Mage and Samurai.
Sure, and like, I don't think it's fair to necessarily compare the population balance that you have when the expansion is freshly released with what it levels out to over time. It's going to be way too volatile because even the people who are dedicated tanks are going to try out the new stuff.
Yeah, but they said that they didn't think it was going to be an issue with queue times and things like that.
All I know is I love you guys so much because thanks to all the people not wanting to be tanks, I'm getting close already to getting the new tank mount.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just want to say this is a really I am super happy that I decided that I wanted to work on Warrior first and to work on Astrologian on the side.
There you go.
Did you look at the new tank mount achievements there?
I saw the achievements. I haven't gotten around to them yet.
It's literally
I've been going at a bit of a.
It's literally do any dungeon 61 to 69, do any trial 61 to 69, do leveling roulette or the 50 to 60 roulette, and 70 extreme trials. All those count towards the achievement.
How many times you have to run it?
300.
That's fine.
But
I
all
do
of those
remember-
count for auto, unlike before, which was just extremes.
Yeah. So
Right.
that's nice. So basically anything 61 and higher counts.
And 50 to 60 roulette and leveling roulette.
Also, I just want to note, because I did look at those achievements, the description for the item that summons the Dark Knight one, it shows that the various localization teams, they've been thinking about the same things that bother me, if I may. From the Battle Panther Bell, the one that gets the Dark Knight mount, a brass bell used to summon your Battle Panther mount. How only your Panther answers the summons, and not the Panthers of hundreds of other adventurers with similar summoning bells, is a mystery for the ages.
Well,
These are the real questions.
it's magic.
You can't just say it's magic at everything.
Why not?
It's a different
okay,
tone.
it's Alligans.
That's even worse.
Asians?
That's not as bad as Halligan's, but still not great.
Blame,
I like
blame it on the
battle
Empire.
lion one. An iron band horn used to summon your battle lion to battle.
Yeah, complete with paws.
Yay. All right.
Also, all of the Bart's Butts jokes, I really appreciated those because I played the original fan translation of Final Fantasy V.
And the early access card. I hope these we hope these help you forget about Blue Mage.
Oh God.
Yeah.
The shade.
The
It was
shade. That was amazing.
I appreciate a good troll.
Yes, and there's a lot of them. I mean, there's so much good localization in this. It's amazing. There's so much good in this game that it makes people forget about some of the bad. But to get through the storyline, if you're a DPS, a main like I am, or you're running the new jobs, it's taking forever.
Make friends with a tank or a healer.
Well, I tried to, but Luna's never on.
I'm on all the time.
I asked, can I get some help with this? Crickets.
Wait, why didn't you ask me?
Because
Okay, this is a basic thing I learned from emergency response. If you just say generally, can I get help with this? The bystander effect is going to screw you every time. Name a specific person.
Yeah, if you send me a message on Twitter saying, "Oh, I need a tank to bring me in," I will be like, "Okay."
And if someone needs emergency care on the street and there's a crowd gathering around, just say, can someone call 911? Point to someone and say, can you call 911? Once you single out a specific person, that diffusion of responsibility stops being a thing. Now you'll get better cues and maybe save a life.
the more you know.
You know.
All right. So aside from the bitching aside from early access and queues and DDoS and things like that,
Stop being jackasses, people.
there's a little
It's a
bit of that
legitimate
too.
thing.
No, you're right. You're right.
Oh, no, I was mostly talking about the DDoSing.
No, I'm talking about now the people in game.
Oh.
I don't. Have you been reading some of the shouts? I did not filter my shouts off because
I always keep shouts filtered. It means that I have a happier life.
I don't know. Some of it's kind of entertaining, but also there's a lot of shade being thrown out in the game. Fortunately, they're being pretty good.
Happier life.
They're being pretty good about not spoiling shit, but
Yeah, I don't even know where to start. I remember that I was running the... Let me look really quickly. I won't say what it is, but... The first level 70 dungeon. I was running that, and I was having trouble on the final boss. Well, I asked, guys, if you're in here, can you kind of explain it? Or anything? Nothing.
Crickets.
Nothing. Waped. I'm like, okay, can you guys... You seem to know what you're doing. What am I doing wrong? Can you help me out? Nothing. Waped again.
Are you
I'm
talking the expert bosses?
No, the story, the last story.
The story one. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, can you guys help me out? I keep dying to this one mechanic. What am I supposed to do? Do it again. Wape. Tank leaves. another DPS leave. I'm like, I tried, really. So I had to go online and search through it and try to avoid spoilers as good as I could. But it's like, seriously, everyone is learning this. Everyone is new.
Yeah.
Have some freaking like leeway with your. Ugh.
Also, the people who explain those kinds of mechanics tend to be the people who get lots of commends at the end if you're still trying to get those various comment rewards.
Yeah, I always
Like-
explain the mechanics because I want them commended.
I
Definitely.
explain mechanics a lot, and I get an absurd amount of commends.
Yeah, I'm getting closer to that 3K.
Yeah.
I'm over halfway. I know that for sure.
Yep. Same.
2,200.
Like, think about all the times where someone was basically nice, and you were like, hey, they were a decent person. I'm going to give them my commend.
Mhm.
That could be you.
Could be.
Or you could just hug everyone, and then maybe you'll get it. That is what I do.
I mean, there's a fine line between getting a commend and getting a restraining order there, but you do you, Chili.
Nick Nar in chat saying, I explain things and get commands on my Dragoon. We know he's lying. On the floor.
But no, see, that's
is
the
the
power.
best
Like,
place
he's the DPS. He's getting commends. Like, people like it when you are a basic, nice
Well,
person.
see, the thing is, Dragoon has the most time to explain things because, they're waiting for the raise.
Oh my god, are we still doing this?
To be fair, though, I've seen more red mages die than dragoons recently. I think my favourite death was, your what's that, Billy? Where you die forward.
Yep.
Core.
Corp. I was doing one of the new dungeons, and as the AoE popped up, he pressed it and ran right into it.
I've done that.
He
Yeah.
insta-killed.
It's hilarious. And then there's still the time when you're trying to do your jump back, on Bard or Dragoon or Red Mage. You hit it at just the wrong spot or just the wrong angle. I did that on the last trial, and I missed the platform. Whoops.
My
Awkward.
friend said, "Oh, look, I pressed the button and I dodged the mechanic," and then she said, "Oh, I'll use my." Then dodged the pushback and jumped off instead.
Yep. Need to make sure to be careful about where you have your button placement, so you're not putting it right next to a skill that you need.
I dodged the mechanic and then kills herself.
Really,
Red Mage seems kind of crazy strong right now.
It's amazing. I mean, I'm pulling hate off of everything in Palace of the Dead. I mean, but that's not saying much.
Yeah, no, one of my best friends in real life, I run lots of stuff with him. He's been going as Red Mage because it's been his favorite for a long time. And, even fairly good tanks is okay, he'll just go crazy and rip something off. It's kind of fun, and then he'll, do a dual casted drain and restore all the damage he just took, so...
That's one thing I've hated so far. At least, I love my free company to bits, but they've been whining so much about the hate combos now in Stormblood, saying that it's so much harder to keep hate. It's just impossible to keep hate when you got a red mage and a samurai. And am I some sort of magician? Because I've never really had much issue even with the new.
No, Chili, it means you read the tooltips, you take the time to try and figure out the best rotation to make sure you maintain hate. You are learning the game. You are playing the game.
It does seem like it's a bit more of a struggle than it used to be.
I flash Circle of Scorn, shield swipe main target, do an enemy combo, do another flash, and then just do a few DPS combos after that.
Well, it does seem a little, especially if it's something with... I feel like in general, handling groups is a bit harder than it used to be.
Well, I know, like I said, I commented on this earlier, but group is a little bit more difficult because I'm having more difficult time getting a lot of procs on my my AoEs. So I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what's
or
going
like
on
the
with
whole
that.
thing with Summoner having Bane, one of its big ones for doing that AoE DPS reduced down a bit. It can still do a bit, but
I think everybody
lot
had
less
that
than it used to
reduced. So it's not hitting everybody for the same potency.
right. But just in general, it seems like AoEs are something that's a little bit hard to handle. Maybe they didn't want people pulling an entire leg of a dungeon anymore. I don't know.
Who knows? It's tough to say, but there are still some spots where even when you're not pulling an entire leg of it, there's still a lot of enemies going on right there.
Yeah.
6, 7
And they
enemies
do a lot of
in a
damage.
pull.
Yeah, they do a lot of damage now compared to what they used to do.
Yeah, well, we're also supposed to be dealing out a lot more damage, and we have a lot more health too. So, well, not a
Yep.
lot, I guess. I mean, I'm at what 29,000, I think.
My paladins just reached 46,000.
Yeah, someone was making the point. It's like people writing on, oh, people who bought jump potions aren't going to know how to play the game. It's like, it's not like we have that much of a leg up on them right now.
I was just actually, you know what? They may learn to play the game better than us.
Yeah,
They're
because
not
they
gonna
don't
have
have
the-
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I still think back trying to do my old rotations, and it's like
the muscle memory keeps getting me.
it does. And like I said, I had to move all my skills, and I'm trying to relearn everything. So I mean, it's almost worse to relearn than it is to learn the first time.
I do appreciate having being able to actually fit some more of my skills on my bar, though.
Oh God, I
Yes,
have
and-
room. I have
Yes.
room. It's amazing.
I still don't have room for a mount or sprint rig. Oh,
But you should have sprint because you can use sprint now. Oh my god, that makes me so happy.
I have sprint
just-
on a bar that's shared among all my classes, so I just hit the same hotkey and I use sprint with every job.
Yeah. And you can use it with every job. It's so beautiful.
It is wonderful. I mean, there's
Well,
certain
it
fights that
is-
require it.
I don't think I've met a fight that requires it yet.
Well, it's not a. Whoa! What the
Sorry.
heck was it? Luna?
Sorry.
Okay, this particular fight doesn't require it, but it makes it a lot easier to do. I mean, dodging big AOEs is very much easier to do it when you're using your sprint.
I guess, but
Helps a lot. So yeah, that's. I don't know what we got.
yeah,
A lot more to talk about, I know, but we didn't write down a
can't-
bunch of notes. To be honest with you guys, we've been
Yeah.
too busy
I
playing
mean,
the
like
game.
a lot of stuff is in flux. I mean, it did just release. They haven't even released like the end game type stuff. That's not coming out for a few weeks to give people time to enjoy the story at their own pace. I've only just reached the Ruby C myself.
You mean they give us 2 weeks so people can spam all the expert the expert roulettes and the extreme primals to gear up so they can be ready to go for Omega?
I'm
mean,
so happy that the tombstone stuff is so cheap.
Oh my god,
It's
yes, and it
pretty
doesn't have a
inexpensive.
lockout or a weekly cap, I guess.
Well,
I'm
not
trying
yet.
to say.
That comes
yeah.
when Savage comes out.
Well, then spam it now.
When we get the new tombstone at that point.
Spam it now.
But
Just enjoy yourself. Be patient. Stuff is like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I see a lot of people getting really stressed out about catching up or being at. It's like, dude, there's no schedule on this.
yeah, you're
Relax.
right. You're right. And
I don't know about anyone else, but I think the only thing that really is a downer for me, and literally because of what you do in it, is diving.
you're not a
Chili's
Yeah.
banned.
I'm not a big fan of diving at all.
I like the Ruby C.
The problem is that it just feels tacked on to me.
Do you
It
want
feels
underwater
like it
combat?
was- I want something underwater.
You could spearfish.
Fishing.
Yeah, spearfish.
That's about it, though.
Well, wait.
I would like maybe puzzles or something like that on the underwater. Hell, I would like a dungeon. I'm hoping one of the dungeons in the future might where you sort of swim in underwater.
How about Blitzball?
No, thank you.
Cricket.
How about
Cricket.
Lords of Verminion?
Cricket intensifies.
But I would, imagine you've got to sneak into somewhere and the way in is like through a hatch.
You kind
then
of
you got-
do it in a couple of places.
Yeah.
But in an actual dungeon or whatever, that'd be really cool.
You kind of do.
Yeah, kind of. It's not really a
Kinda.
dungeon, but it's an overworld until basically you unlock flying.
Yeah. Which I haven't unlocked flying yet in any zone.
What?
Really?
Yeah,
You seriously haven't unlocked flying in any zone?
no.
I have flying in every zone.
Yeah, same here.
I don't have any Aether Currents in any zone picked up. Really.
Huh.
Huh.
Chili, you're a bad,
Like, even-
and you should feel
Well,
bad.
That
I'm
doesn't
saving
make him
them.
bad. That
Oh, I
just
know.
makes him want to explore a little more.
No, I'm just saving all my side quests for my monk.
Like, even I have, like, some Aether Currents, and I'm going the slow path.
And they made
Yeah.
it easier to get the currents, through the questing. I mean, they give you the big old icon that
That's
says,
why
okay,
I'm not using. As I'm saving all those for monk. Because I'm gonna level up monk next.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
So all that bonus XP, because I don't have any main story to give XP to monk. This way I can just give all the side quests to monk.
I had to do a lot of quests on Bard to get up a couple areas. So I think there's a couple of zones that are basically totally devoid of any type of side quests. But I think at
I've
that
been
point
doing-
I'm gonna be running dungeons with Red Mage. So
I've been doing the main quest with my Bard and duty roulettes with my friend with Warrior. Warrior is actually advancing faster.
I got to 70 paladin and I only did side quests in the first zone.
but you spam dungeons, though, right?
No. I spammed a few fates and PvP until I was 64. And then from 64 to 69 and a half,
Oh,
it
did
was
you
all
have
main
any?
story.
Did you have any of those neat fates pop up with the thing that makes it more awesome?
Oh yeah, I had a couple of those.
Oh, the Twist of Fates.
That's the one.
Yeah, I had a couple of those where you have to an enemy pops and you have to knock them out, and then your next fate
Yeah.
gives you bonus XP.
I got lucky. I got a bonus XP Twisted Fate and then a bonus XP popped afterwards.
Nice. How
Yeah.
much did that
So I
end up
got
giving
plus.
you?
It was plus 150%, so it was like 500,000 XP.
Damn.
Yeah, but when you need 10 million XP,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still a healthy chunk there.
Mm-hmm.
That's like one PvP match.
Speaking of PvP, have you guys tried it yet?
once
I have not.
I
It seems really different from what I've been hearing.
it's
it is.
extremely different.
It is. I actually like it.
I
like
love
it
it.
a lot better.
I did one round of the feast, and it's so different. It is so different. I
Bard's a king.
Tell us about how it's different.
well, first of all,
It's kind of hard to explain.
I need
unless
to
if you
spend
do it.
time setting up my hotbars and understanding the all the new combo system, because I got rocked
So-
bad.
How I understand it, because I was doing it on Bard earlier. Guys, don't forget to move your characters. You're all away.
Oh,
Thank you.
right.
Thank you.
I'm here to help.
Woo!
But how I understand it is they kind of double up on butt. Your your entire HUD changes over whenever you go like to Wolves Den.
Or just zone into a PvP zone.
Wolves Den.
Well, no, even when you go into
we'll just
the
go with
feast.
that.
But yeah, they double up. Like I know on Bard, I press win bite and it changes to a Let me get on Bard and.
Oh yeah, they have that thing where it like automatically changes to the next part of the combo.
Like heavy shot goes into straight shot, and then something goes into something else.
Yeah, venomous goes into
Well-
wind kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. And then your limit break is different. Same color, but the icon's completely different. Like I could not tell that was my limit break until I actually did it.
You mean your
Adrenaline
adrenaline
gauge.
rush?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
But
everything in PvP has to be a special snowflake with avocado toast. Ooh, I want
oh my
avocado
God,
toast.
Me too.
Damn it, Sarah. Are you
Why do people
buying?
keep knocking on millennials? Avocado toast is amazing.
And
I want
avocados is
fried
getting
rice.
cheaper now.
Well, I live in California. Avocados are always cheap.
Send some my way. I'll share with
They'll
Luna.
not be good. They'll not be
Shipping's
good.
not cheap.
True.
I still don't
Anyways.
even know what that is.
What, an avocado?
Yeah. Is it just made of the...
What?
No,
Is it made of the thing? Is it shaped like bread and then toasted?
no, it's just toast with avocado
with an
on top.
avocado on top.
Oh, that makes more sense. I thought it was the
Oh.
base is made of it.
I thought you didn't know what an avocado
Yeah,
was.
same here. I'm like, you don't know what an avocado is?
Oh, you sweet summer child.
Well, he never had mac and cheese until FanFest, and he hasn't had ramen.
You sweet
Oh.
summer child.
He's
That's
But
our
yeah.
chili.
getting
It's like-
getting shifting
Anyways, is it-
back. Shifting
One
back.
second.
Going back, yes.
Like it's eggplants and aubergines because it's
So
an aubergine
PvP.
here, it's eggplant there.
So PvP, Luna, tell us about the PvP.
I really like it. I like what they did with it. It is a lot more simplified, but that's not a bad thing. I mean, I noticed that I'm doing more DPS now in PvP than I was before. Like, I feel like I'm actually making a difference. I've seen people post screenshots of their kill death assist, and I've seen people get like, oh man, like 5 kills, 0 deaths, and like 16 assists
Wow.
compared to what they got like single digit numbers before.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like having the revamped system let them redo it so that like you can have actually super exciting matches.
Yes, exactly.
I just
And-
run around Holy Spirit and everyone and laugh.
It's kind of really funny because the few times I went in there, yeah, it was all just Bahamut's.
But yeah, I always like that. It's like
Out of curiosity, has anyone found out what Joe Never thinks of it?
No.
I have not yet.
But I as a paladin, I love that my spell silences now, so
Mhm.
I always go to the healers and spam Holy Spirit on them.
I haven't done healer in PvP.
Wake
Yep.
up, Luna.
No, you can't make.
Its
But yeah, I
potency is
haven't-
insane in PvP as well. It's like 1,000 potency or something like that.
What's supposed to be insane in PvP?
Holy Spirit.
Huh.
It
Yeah, I mean, like-
silences and does damage up to 25 yards. So
Like all of the moves are rebalanced. I saw much higher potency numbers with the trade-off, of course, that you're not doing the auto attacks, other things like that. It's a lot more about, hey, use big flashy moves on everyone.
Yeah. I think for me, it's just going to be relearning it again. You know, like I said, I had the way I was doing it before. It was a very convoluted way, but it worked for me. But now that everything's been simplified, it's like I have to totally change my train of thought on how PvP works, set up the bars the way I need them, and just try it again. So I'm not saying that I don't like it. I'm just saying that I don't have a very good opinion of it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a kind of a higher cost of entry for you because of this.
Honestly, what I would recommend for you to do is go to the Wolves Den and practice on a dummy.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea.
That's
or
what
just
I
do what 90% of players seem to do right now, and that's just go in and sit there and do nothing.
Oh, so they get their 640,000 in shatter?
Yeah.
Or you could go in there and just do something without any idea of what you're doing, but you'll probably have a good time.
That's what
That
I
is
do.
what I do.
That's what I did. The only reason I
Yeah.
actually ran the feast was because it was in my Wanderers, or in my book. My Wanderers
Oh, hey,
Tales
that's
book.
still a thing, isn't it?
It is still a thing.
Yeah.
By the way,
That reminds me. Oh, go ahead, Chili.
oh, you go first. It's okay.
I was curious because I know they've added the third column of rewards and the revamped rewards, and I was wondering if any of you had actually seen what sorts of rewards they have now.
No, because I
Rubbish.
picked up my book when I was still level 60.
Rubbish rewards.
Even at the level 70?
My level 70, I picked it up because I thought, you know what, I'm 70, I'll pick it up now. Let's see what amazing rewards I get. And I got a choice of either, if I get no lines, I get a dragon skin map. If I get 1 line, I get 1 Mackie matter. If I get 2 lines, it's something
There's gotta be-
else. And if I get 3
There's
lines, it
got to
was
be more options than
15,
that.
15 demi matter. Demi materia.
Like there's supposed to be 3 options, aren't there?
Yeah, no, this was the third options. You got your standard 2 options like usual, and then the third option at the end.
Oh, okay. Those do rotate from week to week, so I'd like to see a couple week samples before I pass judgment on it.
Yeah.
But
Well, my theory is the fact that they didn't really expect many people to get 70 in the first week, so the first week is just...
They should have given
I
the
mean,
best
but-
rewards then.
they're not manually setting it.
True.
Like it's just algorithmically generated.
Oh well,
possibly.
as long as we don't get dragon skin rewards next week as well. So that just felt, especially with the new maps being a thing.
Yeah, because I need to start getting some of those new maps because I guess this is one thing that I'm really enjoying about it. We were talking a little about it earlier, but the Ixion fate. Apparently, when Ixion pops, he has some sort of impenetrable shell that you cannot do any damage
the
through.
Giant purple barrier.
The
Oh
only
my god,
way
we don't have to go to the past and kill fairies and then get the ash and throw it at the thing, do we?
No,
Because I did that already.
we have to get an item from a map,
An ash.
an ash, to throw at
Is it sticky? Okay,
Stygian
this is what
ash.
they did in 11.
But you don't have to kill fairies to do it. You just have to open up a map and beat the stuff and do the things. So, I mean, I like they're borrowing from 11 in that aspect. Not the fact that they're stealing it exactly word for word, but the fact that they're using, things gathered throughout the world to have an effect on other things.
So explain to me now what you have to do because I never played 11. I don't know.
You have to get an ash from a map, and then when the fate pops, you use the ash on him, and he loses the barrier.
Yep.
Like a gazelle map?
Yes.
Or a gazelle skin or whatever they're called?
Yeah, one of the
I think
two
it's
new maps.
Gagazella.
Huh.
So that's a reason for people to go up and level those gatherers to get those new maps.
Wow.
But you only need one per fate.
So the thing is, you have to work out ahead of time who is going to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise people are going to be wasting those, because I'm assuming they're not a common drop.
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't done a map yet.
I haven't either, and I haven't heard, but I would guess that, it's not like that every map is going to drop one. I mean, it's probably not going to be quite as rare as, say, the Falcon was in Diadem, or the Bluebird was when maps first came out, or the Nutkin still is.
Because people have actually cleared Ixion. If it was as bad as the Falcon in Diadem, we'd be waiting till the next expansion.
Yeah.
So just to check, is that one ash for the whole? That's one ash for the whole fate.
Yes.
Got it.
Yep. one ash.
Not per party, the whole fate.
All right.
So, I mean, that's some cool stuff. The level of fates that they've had, the different storyline fates, amazing. You guys have noticed that I've got a fox minion and then the fox furnishing, and Luna's got the fox ears. Or do you have the fox ears on? No.
Not on right now.
You had
My
them on.
I did, but
Lalafell and Ultras has them on because they're amazing.
That is the other big fate in what zone is that?
Yangsha.
Yangsha, thank you. In order to get it to pop, you have to follow a certain set of fates in a certain order. And
It's not really an
It reminds
order.
me of Darkscale.
I thought it was an order.
Kinko/Ginko can both start it, and then the order starts from them.
Okay.
It's an order, but the starting one can be one or the other from Bradley.
Huh.
And I think both of those fates pop at the same time, don't they? Or can be up at the same time, or
Can be at the same time.
no,
I think Kinko has the highest chance.
but probably has a
Also
lower
com-
rate of spawning it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sarah.
Completely unrelated, but I am really happy with the change that when you're doing one of the leveling type dungeons, either in the 51 to 59 range or 61 to 69 range, gives you at least one piece of gear when you get to the end of it for your job.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sad
In
they
my
didn't.
case,
Go ahead. Go ahead, Chili.
or in my case, every dungeon I ran just gave me a bracelet.
I was gonna say I'm
or
kind
earrings.
of sad that they didn't keep that up with the level 70 dungeons.
I can understand why, though. My mate said that to me, and I said, well, look at how many times you're going to run that level 70 dungeon with expert. You're going to be getting
Yeah,
anyway.
you're going to get plenty of.
But my seals. I need my seals.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to make some hard choices.
Yeah.
But for the leveling stuff, it's kind of like, hey, this is something that is keeping you from actively leveling and enjoying the story. And they
Fair
ease the
enough.
burden on it a bit. As a side bonus, this means that I was able to get a couple friends to run Great Google Library with me. I had my inventory full of the various Charlatan things I had, and I got a couple more things for Glamours.
Whoa. So Sarah
Also,
can look
I
like
I
a
am going to be
librarian.
professorial on every job.
Also, I can't confirm this myself because I haven't been in a low-level dungeon yet, but my mate said when he was level synced down, he kept most of his roll abilities, even though he was synced down.
That is what I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, which is nice.
So as long as your character normally has them available, you won't lose them.
Mm-hmm.
From what I heard, what he said, yeah.
Interesting.
But I haven't had, every time I've done leveling, it's been over 60, so I can't really say.
Yeah, I mean, I remember doing some leveling again before the patch dropped, and it was just one of those little annoyances like okay, I'm in a level 30 dungeon, or more often it's like, okay, I'm in like a level 16 dungeon. Which one between Cleric Stance and Protect do I want to have?
And Kane, I have... Oh, sorry.
It didn't seem like it necessarily made that huge a difference to balance, and it was just this minor little grating annoyance. So just as a minor quality of life thing, having it not be something that you need to worry about anymore is nice.
And you were going to respond to Kane in the chat asking if you've sold any level 60 content?
Yeah, I've done the Chemical Research Facility solo, and I've done the Forden, not the extreme, but the normal Forden fight solo.
Oh man, I am looking forward to finally clearing some of that stuff out.
Oh, it'll be nice to bird farm on a level 70 character, won't it?
Oh,
Oh,
God.
yeah. My mate just sent me a picture. They just beat Ravana Extreme with Samurai, Red Mage, and an Astrologian.
Yeah?
Nice.
Yeah.
Though I will say I did try to run Coil Turn 2 solo on my Bard. Yeah. Without the extra healing, it's tough.
Did you do it, though?
No, I died on ADS.
I beat it for Extreme as well on my own, and Titan Extreme.
If I'd have been on my Warrior, I probably could have done it. If Warrior was 70, that is. But
Warrior can do it 60.
Let me know if you're going to do that again. I have all sorts of various random schemes that involve some of those.
Yeah. Well, Warrior can beat the turn 2 at 60.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, if you know
I
what
still
to
like
do.
to brag about it.
I don't know that I'm that good at it, so.
You're awesome, Klaus. Don't.
Not on tank. Not on tank. All right. So what else do you guys think of? So I know we're not going to do any spoilers, but and I know Sarah, you haven't quite beat the main scenario yet, but
nowhere even close.
You said you just got over to the Ruby Sea.
Yep.
What are your thoughts so far?
The storyline so far, I've been really enjoying. It does seem like, again, we're getting into a lot more of the geopolitics that we've talked about before. Definitely say up some of the stuff. I do like that there's always been a sort of like hey, there's a Beastman race, and then we're going to make friends with them. And it's like, it seems like we've been introducing a lot of different races, and some it's like, maybe that's not the focus of things. There's a lot of stories going on and a lot of groups going on that we don't necessarily get to know about, and that makes the world feel bigger, which I've really appreciated.
Yeah, I'm really appreciating the political stances they're taking. I mean, they're not getting super nitty gritty on it, but they're addressing it and they're saying, hey, you know what? This is not cut and dry. This is not black and white. There's a lot of things that if you do this is going to have this impact going down the line. But if you don't do this, it's going to go this way. So, I mean, it's
playing the hero does not always work out as well as one might hope.
But I mean, they do such a good job on showing that it's difficult. The position that we're put into, that Lisa's put into, that Yugiri and everybody is put into, that trying to do what we're doing here is, what we think is right, but we look at Fordola and she's got her own set of beliefs, thinking that she's trying to do what she thinks is right, and and
we've kind of just come in and fucked up her life.
Yeah, and I'm really, really excited that they took this stance on the storyline and they went more in depth and, oh, you're the good guy. That's the bad guy. Go beat him.
Also, I see when you, as a side thing, when you arrive in Kuragane, that's the name of the town, the hub town, right?
Kugane.
Kugane. What's Kuro? Anyways, in Kugane, there is a throwaway line that references one of the Hildebrand quests that just had
Oh
me
my
busted up laughing for a while.
God, when I read that, I'm like, Sarah is going to bust it when he reads this. He's
It's
either
like-
gonna face palm or he's going to just keel over in laughter. Which was it?
It's like this one. Keel over in laughter. Like, this was the most horrible, shameful moment of my character's adventuring life.
And it was amazing.
Someone saw it.
I was so happy.
I'm gonna die of shame now.
I do wish that they had made that if you had only finished the Hildebrand quest, but I mean, I guess it's so funny that it's though if you didn't do it, you're gonna be like, what?
That rumor creeps in no matter what, apparently. It's pretty great. There's lots of fun little throwaway references. Plenty of nods to the fact that, hey, as an adventurer, we've done some stuff that, when you think about it, is actually kind of weird.
Yeah. I just want
kind
to.
of wish I could have as a title.
Yeah, I want to comment on something that Cookie Nurse is saying in the chat, and I totally echo this. She's saying, the complexity issue is really seen with Lise, because when she starts out in this quest, she's seeing everything as black and white. That the Empire is evil, everybody that's fighting against her is bad, blah, 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 blah. But it changes so much as she progresses through the storyline, and she's starting to see all those different shades of gray, between the right and the wrong, the good and the bad, and understanding that, what, you can't just say, yes, you're right, we need to do the thing and make Doma great again and whatever, but there's a lot more. It's crazy.
Rebuild the wall.
I mean, it's kind of interesting. We have Lisa's character who's kind of grown up, fed on these stories of how things were, on this vision of it, and finally getting the opportunity to take everything she's been told and put it into practice, and seeing that collide with the reality of, it is kind of a sort of coming of age, becoming an adult, and learning that the world is more complicated than you thought.
It's not just what you heard in stories and what you've been fed. It is, you need to experience it and learn it and make your own decisions that way. And I'm seeing that whole thing even with other quest lines. The Bard story quest line is very similar in that way. You have a character that sees things in a very strict field of view, but at the end they change that point of view once you introduce certain pieces to it. So that's another good question, Cookie Nurse. She's asking what we think about Lise being the narrator.
It makes
I like
sense.
that.
It's her story.
But it's my story.
It's
Yeah,
my
shut up,
story and
Titus.
I need it now.
I thought it was very cool to kind of look through it, use those cutscenes as, looking back, kind of. She's kind of reminiscing on how things got there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the framing, Heavensward had the framing device of the Count de Fortom writing his book, Heavensward. So,
true. Yeah, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, the Warrior of Light, the only thing that's necessarily confirmed about the personality is that they're the type who tends to answer with a nod or a shrug or whatever rather than actually saying things.
And thumbs up.
Yep. They are a person of few words. But other than that, it's kind of, their story is told through the people around them.
And then now,
So
conversely,
you need that kind of.
now, do you think that it ruins anything because she's alive?
Well, not really. It could be that you're reading it from a journal.
I've never really felt like it's that big of a spoiler to know that. Oh no, like there can still be a lot of ways to get around.
She's
that.
on the fucking cover. Of course, she's going to be at the end.
And I mean, even if not, there are narrative ways to get around that. And I've never considered it that big of a spoiler to be unless it's something like Game of Thrones, where it's one of the big conventions of it is that a fuck ton of people are dying and you never know who's going to be next. Having this person lives, I've never really considered it that much of a spoiler.
Yeah. If Final Fantasy 14 was the main writer was George R.R. Martin, then we'd have some cause for worry. But we're pretty safe with the team.
We would have a lot of cause for worry.
Yeah, we'd be dead after
like,
the
not
second expansion. So
It's like, all right, just no longer getting attached to anyone. It's easier this way.
But so no, that's a very good question, Cookie. Thank you so much. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Sarah. Was there anything else that you wanted to comment on?
Not especially at the moment. Definitely on some stuff. As I said, I'm going through it at a slower pace. So there's bits I have been assiduously avoiding shout channels, places where people are talking about any of the stuff.
And we commented on this earlier before you got in. We're actually very happy with most of the community not spoiling things in shouts.
Yeah.
And social media. And social media.
it's
They've been
pretty
very
good.
good. So a big thumbs up to the community. Now, the rest of us just finished the main scenario. I just finished it tonight. Luna finished it yesterday, and Chili's had it done for since about 4 hours after the servers went up.
But I suppose given that like one of the things that does draw in people a lot is the world's really great story, I think you have a community that appreciates a bit more, hey, you really want to enjoy this, that appreciates how frustrating and upsetting spoilers can be.
Mm-hmm. So now that, like I said, the rest of us know what happens. What do you guys think of that?
It is amazing. I'm going to say that the villain is in the top 5 of all Final Fantasy villains of all time, if not the top 3.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't sure on Xenos when we first introduced to him. You know, I know they're pushing him. He's on the box. He's in the collector's edition. He's on the honey buns. But his facial expression, and he looks really, really boring. But
Really?
But
That's the complete opposite of what I thought.
I think he's got dead eyes. Do you not think he has dead eyes?
No.
No.
Like bored most of the time?
That's the point. He is bored.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I thought so. That made me think that he was boring until we got into some of the other political stuff that's happening and building up. And I wouldn't say he's top 5 for me, but he's up there. It's good. It's good.
I want to argue with this so much, but then we tread into I'm going to start spoiling all the stuff, even in what I've seen. Damn it, Klaus!
Don't worry, we'll be able to argue one day.
Yeah.
Today is not the day.
It'll probably be a
one
couple
day.
episodes yet, but we will lift the spoiler veil soon. Probably about 2 episodes from now, once we get into Savage. So,
Yeah,
like I said,
that
and it's
stuff
just
comes.
it's my opinion, man, and I'm entitled to it.
Opinions are like assholes. You can be wrong. Your asshole can be wrong. I lost the thread of this somewhere. I don't care.
Point is, you're wrong.
The point is your asshole is defective. You should get that checked.
By the way, I forgot to say this during our PvP section, but have you guys seen the Black Mage error yet?
What?
What?
If you go to PvP profiles as a Black Mage and check freeze, it will say it does fire damage.
Well, those are things they're gonna fix. Don't worry.
Does that even matter for anything? My understanding is like the elemental types don't really ever matter for anything.
No, but it's just funny. It says like deals fire damage to the area and then gives you astral ice.
The person who was set to program that did too many copy pastes and forgot to go back and check his work.
See, if you get something cold enough, it flips around again to hot. This is science.
It feels like it's burning.
Nah, that just means that you shouldn't have slept with that old Dawn prostitute.
Womp womp. So other than that, overall, Stormblood good.
I'm
Very
enjoying
good.
myself.
Like I said, I when I had the time to do it, I put as much time into this game as I could, just like I did with Heavensward, and it was amazing. So it's definitely a win for me. I was reading somewhere, some group said that the storyline for 14 is one of the best Final Fantasy storylines that they've ever experienced.
There is a lot of love put into it. It shows.
Mm-hmm.
that, and I guess Luna, I was talking with you about this a little earlier, and Chili, you were here with that, like watching the. I actually sat and watched the entirety of the end credits when I finished, and they're fucking long,
As usual.
but they go through and they like mention like the different people who were in like the orchestra, and you know they mention all the different groups that they worked with. I got to see Matt, Tony, Aya, and Shannon's name, which is cool. They listed them in there, and I thought this was a classy move. Yoshida's name was the last one.
Well, I mean, executive producer. That's how it works, isn't it?
Well, see, a lot of times you look at movies, they're going to be first.
No, that's stupid. You always put it at the end.
But, you know,
why are people stupid?
he was the last one before the Square Enix came up. So I thought that was pretty damn classy.
I totally had something I was going to say, but now I can't remember.
That's all right. I'm sure you'll remember eventually.
Probably eventually.
So no
Like
lore
20
today?
minutes after we stop recording.
No lore today?
The lore today could be the lore of the USDA requirements for the free lunch program.
No,
All right.
Otherwise-
So lore is
Like-
coming next episode, guys.
I looked at some stuff, but everything I tried to is like, wait, that's going to be too spoilery. There's a lot of interesting stuff to explore, but
We're going to talk about the lore of
We're
Teenage Mutant
respecting.
Ninja Turtles.
What about all the different types of lava scorpion that's appearing? You've got the fake lava scorpion, you've got the A-Hunt lava scorpion.
You've got the non-lava lava scorpion.
Yeah. You've got the
also
mechanical
known as
lava
the
scorpion.
scorpion.
Yes.
Is that really a thing?
There's a lot of scorpions in the game.
Yeah.
There are.
I mean, I that's not surprising. We go to a big old desert nation.
But I mean, there's even scorpions in the water areas
Why is this a thing?
because scorpion is it. So it's confirmed. 5.0 is going to be the Scorpion King.
Yeah.
I didn't even like that movie that much.
And,
And
it's
it will
going to be
be
voiced
me.
by The Rock.
No, I'm voicing it, damn it.
I mean, the promotional tie-ins for that could be fun, I guess.
All right. So we actually had a lot of listener reaction this over the past 2 weeks. A lot of it from our newest patron, Cookie Nurse, aka Juniper Otome. So they started out.
I feel the need to ask, what kind of cookies? This
Oh,
is
no, it's-
important information. You should check this.
Well, I'm sure Cookie will let us know in the chat what kind of cookies.
She's amazing and is in my free company.
Yes.
Cookie's the best.
So towards the right after the last episode, she tweeted to us, just got to the episode where you answer my unique question. Thank you. Very thoughtful answer. Sorry to call you out like that. I've listened back to the podcast from first episode and it's great. I can't wait to be caught up and watch live. Thanks. And then just yesterday, she emailed us and said, okay, this is going to be very long, but I'm going to read it because it is amazing. So she emailed us after that and said, howdy, howdy. Okay, Texans don't actually say that, but I figured I'd throw it in there since it's expected and all. Also, this is going to be turning into a very super long email, so you don't have to read it all by any means. I'm just terrible at summarizing and tend to ramble. That's okay. So do we.
Let's read it all.
I am reading it all. First
Yes.
off,
He just said that.
First
Pay
off,
attention.
I want to compliment y'all on such a wonderful show. Y'all have great chemistry together, and each of you brings something unique and wonderful to the podcast. In no particular order, this might be repetitive, but Klaus is the glue that holds everything together, even when he's the one digressing. Klaus is like the everyman, the Dorothy on our adventures through Final Fantasy XIV Oz. Klaus keeps the episodes real so that casuals, newbies, and high-end raiders can identify and enjoy. Further, he encourages honest discussion so that we may hear the good and bad of the game without pandering to Square Enix or spewing salt that the sky is falling. Thank you for that. That was very sweet. Moving on. The Lady Luna is our Tin Man, who found his heart, or in her case, rediscovered her passion for the game through RP. Luna isn't just a token girl voice. She adds meaningful ideas, commentary, and jokes to the show. When she had to miss episodes, her absence was definitely a gaping void. Noticeable. Moving on. But yes, that is 100% true. Whenever Luna's missing, we miss her.
Oh, thank
Absolutely.
you.
Sayre is a scarecrow who never lost his brain to begin with. I absolutely love his lore segments, especially the depth of his research and knowledge. Sayre is able to take what many people would find bland and boring, like Gnosticism, and explain it in simple and interesting way, while tying it back to the game in a way that it will stick for listeners. Side note, I triple majored in government history and religious studies, and I can tell you how much fun it is to hear Sayre explain familiar concepts and show how they're actually tied into lore of the game. I have a nerdgasm history nerd freak out at least once per segment.
Thank you. The Gnosticism one was really hard. Like, it's hard to talk about Gnosticism without going down a 3-mile rabbit hole.
But you did a great job
Anyway,
of not taking us that far down.
Yeah, no, like there's a lot of interesting topics. It definitely is one of the more challenging parts to just package it into something that's going to be understandable and not going to bore people to tears. So I appreciate that being recognized. Thank you.
Chili, unfortunately this makes you the lion, but I sense no cowardice about you. In fact, coming to a foreign country to go to a convention, meeting people you've only spoken to and played with on the internet, and allowing them to feed you macaroni and cheese takes a ton of bravery. Success can be just as scary as failure. Your commentary and sense of self-deprecating humor and fun accent are a joy.
Yay!
What's wrong with mac and cheese?
It's just, yeah, we commented on it. It's, yeah. Anyway.
I know, like mac and cheese is one of my favorite foods. We should eat more of it. Let's force feed Chili mac and cheese. That can't go poorly.
Continuing. I'm now entirely caught up on all the episodes. As Sayre pointed out, it's interesting to listen to a whole podcast from the beginning so that you can follow its evolution, both of the show itself and that of its hosts, cough, cough, Chili, cough, that and also be in on the jokes, etc. I wanted to write in about Stormblood. For context, I started playing FF14 at the beginning of February, and although I've listened to many podcasts from the beginning, Aetherite Radio, LBR, Sequence Break, and recently Gathered Together, to get a rough social history of the game, I haven't played it / lived it. I didn't go through the frustration of Diadem 1 and Diadem 2, Electric Boogaloo, nerfing the content such as Steps of Faith or Aetherite Currents for flying. Truthfully, I could have kept on with what we had for another few months without being bored. Nor am I anywhere close to finishing MSQ. I got stuck at the Great Wall of Raubon / Raubon Savage and have only been able to play a couple of hours each day since then. That being said, I love Stormblood. Despite my personal dislikes of Lys, yes, I'm weird. And I know, I don't like Hildebrand either.
That's allowed.
The story is great. In politics, nothing is simple as it appears, and the story did a great job of bringing that out. Moving from one zone to another feels natural, and not just like I'm going on a series of fetch quests. I fully agree with that. It's a lot more of a better flow between the different zones. It's not like, okay, now you move here. Okay, now you move here. And the fact that they actually block certain areas in the beginning zones actually is kind of cool. Anyway, moving on. I don't have too strong opinions about the changes to the job actions. My main is Black Mage, and I love that we can keep Enochian up forever. I haven't played the new classes, sorry Klaus, Red Mage is all yours for now, or mess around with higher level jobs yet. However, I fall in the category of if things are terribly imbalanced, SE will fix it. If I've learned nothing from listening to years of podcasts, I can say with complete certainty that SE listens and will adjust. It might not be as immediate as desired, or it might not be the adjustment we're looking for, but SE does listen and responds to player feedback. If something is nerfed or OP now, it won't be that way forever. Hear, hear. Mm-hmm. I am really thrilled and grateful to the player community. Although I'm lagging behind in the MSQ, I haven't been spoiled in the slightest. I have continued to participate in my FC, thanks to the recommendation, Chili, LLT. That must be the name of the free company?
Terror is.
Okay. Checked Twitter and Facebook, have left shouts on, and even used Party Finder, and I haven't been spoiled about anything. Don't worry, I know I need to get my rear in gear because this won't last forever. I'm just so impressed with the camaraderie and mutual respect shown by this community. In conclusion, although I tossed out my 2 cents on Stormblood, I primarily wanted to thank y'all for presenting such an entertaining and enlightening podcast. I'm so glad that the podcast is still going strong. Keep up the awesome work. Looking forward to hearing more. Cookie Nurse from Ultros. Cookie, thank you. That was an amazing email. It was my pleasure to read it, and we thank you so much for being an awesome fan. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mhm. One thing that Cookie said that I was just thinking about, one of the things I really like about the storyline and just the way that these games have developed in general is the recognition that it's not something that just kids are playing, that you have this like kind of mature, thoughtful storyline, that there is this complexity to it, and not this assumption that, oh, people won't bother with that, they just need to have something that's tacked on to be an excuse plot long enough for them to get to the dungeons. Like, there's a certain amount of respect for the audience there that I really appreciate.
Yep, definitely.
And just the understanding that there is an audience that is hungry for those types of games, that's something that's worth providing and worth providing well. I really like that trend. I really appreciate that they're recognizing it and providing it.
Yep, they like I said, the story is the strongest part of this game, and then the community is a very close second. Also, from on our YouTube comments, Blackwing02, happens to be Nick Nar, commented, "We sure placed Chili's voice with the Titus, aka Meg Ryan laugh. Kappa." In response, we're not going to make it go quack. We're going to make you go, ha, 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 ha. No.
That scene wasn't that bad. Why does everyone always... Sorry, I'm not going into this rant again.
Well, it's from the last episode, Nick Nar. So yeah, 2 weeks old, I guess. So it was, yeah.
They're 2 weeks old. I don't know what I'm talking about.
We know that.
Damn.
All right. So make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, YouTube. Leave us a rating or review. We really appreciate all of those. It makes it so people can find us. And we love reading the comments that we get on them. So if you leave us a rating on iTunes or Stitcher, we will find it. We will read it. Don't worry.
Seriously, it's a huge ego boost.
It is. I mean, that's why I loved reading Cookie's email, because one, it made us feel good about it. Two, it made it not only that we're doing something well, that somebody took the time to sit down and write about it, but it's like, yay, happies.
It's like a drug, but legal.
Yes, we want more of those. But
drugs or legal drugs?
Can I bring up one down part though?
Uh-oh.
My mate bought the collector's edition like me and you, Klaus.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems they've lost it in the post.
Oh no.
Aww.
Are they
So
working
he
with...
hasn't got...
Oh, so they haven't got their code yet.
No, they haven't got their copy yet, still.
Okay, so are they working with the postal service?
Yeah, but they said they're waiting for Square Enix to respond, and Square Enix was saying they're waiting for the post office to respond, so...
Well, somebody needs
Yeah,
to
it's like,
do something.
I'm not even sure exactly whose fault that would be there.
It would be the carrier's fault at that point.
Yeah, because it was being tracked, and then it just got lost. So
they need to trace back to where it was last tracked and follow his footsteps. Yeah. So that's the carrier. It's not on Square at that point. I mean, Square could do the good guy thing and send him a code to at least get him in the game. But
hey, I logged out.
We warned you.
Yeah.
Well, I did it too, so that was kind of funny.
Anyway, I'm on Klaus's level. Gross.
So,
but yeah, I just wanted to say something because I feel bad for the guy.
But no, that brings up a good point, and I'll get to it in just a second. If the one thing I was going to say, though, if you're really digging the show, please consider becoming a patron. Our Patreon page is located at patreon.com/PhoenixDownRadio, and all proceeds go towards growing the show, covering hosting costs, and allow us to do fun things like giveaways, supporter-only incentives, and things like that. Now, what I was going to say after that was make sure that you activate your code because early access is over.
Yep.
So yeah, you won't be able to get in if you have not sent your code in yet. So make sure you do that.
Technically, you would still be able to log in as long as you did not log out in a Stormblood area.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
If you did, you're kind of in trouble.
Though it's weird, even though he doesn't have access, he logged in as a samurai.
Yeah, because that is, I think, a thing.
Yeah, like Samurai and Red Mage are accessible at level 50 and without having to complete previous expansions. So the access to them is not tied to Stormblood.
Well, I thought
not tied to Stormblood itself.
Okay, so Interesting. Unlike with the Heavensward jobs that are tied to the Heavensward expansion.
Yeah. Like, I forget the exact thing of what it is, but I know it was done in such a way as to make it so that people could get to them even without like the whole thing where, hey, you don't have to. Where people were upset that they had to get all the way to Ishgard in order to be able to get the new jobs, and it turned off some of the newer players who had started because they specifically wanted to be an astrologian or a machinist or other things like that.
True enough.
So they had changed it around for this, and I'm guessing that's why it's still accessible.
Okay. So if you want to send us an email like Cookie did, you can email us podcast@phoenixdownradio.com. You can also check out our website, www.phoenixdownradio.com. We are on Twitter @PHXDNRadio. If you're catching us on the podcast, why not stop by live sometime? Like I said, we're live every other Saturday night at twitch.tv/PhoenixDownRadio. And go like our Facebook page, facebook.com/PhoenixDownRadio. We are also getting very, very close to 100 subs on our YouTube channel. So search YouTube for Phoenix Down Radio and hit that subscribe button because, like I said, once we hit 100, we can then start saying youtube.com/Phoenix Down Radio instead of some really weird set of letters and numbers that are basically illegible. So help us out, please. Shout outs, guys. Don't all go at once.
I guess I'll start. But shout out to the community team and developers and everyone who worked so incredibly hard on early access with all the roadblocks and whatnot. I know that a lot of people were shouting and giving them hate and calling them just horrible things. But you guys did awesome, and we as players really do appreciate all the hard work you put in. I'm gonna specifically call out to Matt and Shannon and Aya and all of those guys over there, and just basically anyone who tried to make Stormblood early access launch work. So thank you guys.
There was
Seriously.
a lot of salt on the official forums, and they did a great job of trying to keep things under control. So yeah, great job there.
Yeah, seriously. Good work, everyone.
Other than that, no real big shout outs, but if you want to go find me on Twitter, I'm over at Luna_Vox.
All right, Chili.
Shout out to Cookie Nurse. Thank you for joining us as always. And a shout out to Princess Asuna. Again, it's always nice to see you in the chat. So thank you to both of you. And Kane. Kane's the best. Kane,
Yeah,
awesome.
Kane's there too.
Yes, Kane is there too. Don't forget Nicknar. Nicknar get all sad.
Well, if I shout everyone out, then who are you going to shout out?
Well, we can figure out people to shout out. I can shout them out again. How can people get a hold of you, Chili?
You can catch me on Chili UK on Twitter. Also, Evolved Mail for the win. your wife's favourite streamer.
Sarah?
When everyone gets a shout out, no one will get a. I don't think I've done that actually. Anyways, shout out as well to all the wonderful people watching who say nice things and make it feel like. I mean, it still feels like it's worthwhile, anyways. I think I'd still be doing this either way, but it's an extra little boost that's really nice when you've had an exhausting day and no one needs to hear all about library policies there. No one needs to hear about that right now. Anyways, you guys make it all worthwhile, and it's really nice. Special shout out to Allard Barros and Vok Gilgamesh from my link shell, who last night filled in as healers on a trial duty roulette where a couple people from the same free company on a different world were massively trolling, yanking the healer off into a landslide, other things like that. For popping in, saving us from having to disband the entire party, getting it done. Really appreciate the people who, when someone's being just like doing that kind of thing, are willing to step up and say, hey, I'm going to do a nice thing for people I don't even know. Very kind of you. And
you want to throw out your Twitter?
Oh, right. I have a Twitter. It's FFXIVSEYRR. I'm mostly post about random food things, but sometimes there's some other stuff. I think the last day or two I've started ranting about digital rights management. Oh my God, Adobe, you do not need to seal up your ebooks. So I'm done.
No, I agree.
Digital
DRM
rights
sucks.
management is terrible.
DRM is terrible. It's bad. And again, I want to thank everybody who shows up every week here at twitch.tv/PhoenixDown and everybody who listens out on the podcast, whether it's on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you find it, maybe on our website, PhoenixDownRadio.com. How about those plugs, huh?
Western Radio.
Cookie Nurse, I want to throw a big shout out to you for that awesome email. Again, you made my day when you sent that, and I'm sure everybody else. I think this was their first time hearing it. I didn't put it in the notes until just before the show because I wanted it to be a surprise. So, I wanted them to have that good big up that I felt when you sent the email. So thank you for that. Shout out to the community team. Shout out to the devs who worked their asses off. Like I said, we might have had some issues with early access and some things like that. But you know what? You did the right thing. You made changes. You kept the player base happy without going way out of there and compromising things. So great job on that. Thank you.
Also, when do you not have issues with early access?
True, but
that's just the nature of an MMO launch. Given
Point of it.
yeah, I mean, given that the fact that they were working so hard and doing all that and taking it seriously is something that I appreciate.
Mm-hmm. And like I said,
Plus, I wouldn't be surprised if Yoshi sat there going, "I can't do the instance. Damn it, fix the servers."
I could believe it.
No, what he's Yoshi. He just pushes a button. He goes into he plugs his character into this instant server, and he's good.
No,
He had trouble moving instances.
No, he took a USB drive and plugged it physically into the server. Okay.
The impression I get of Yoshi P is that he's not the kind of guy who would do that.
No, I know.
Like he'd wait his turn.
It's
like
funny,
that's
though.
one of the things I like. Oh, he feels like the type who'd wait his turn.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. But just being silly to say, yeah, that'd be fun to do. But anyway, and
that's why you don't get to be a director of an MMO.
Well, that and I don't have any skills on that, so
minor detail.
Anyway, also a huge shout out to the community for, like I said, being awesome, not spoiling things with this brand new expansion, and for the most part, being really good about stuff. So thank you, everybody. Let's keep it up. We're still working on storyline. Keep up the no spoilers. Let people enjoy the storyline for what it is, and then we'll move on from there.
Speaking as someone who's been taking the slow path because of real life commitments, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. So for my co-hosts, Sarah Timono, for Luna Vox, and for Chili, I'm Klaus Nightbringer, wishing everybody a wonderful evening. Enjoy Stormblood. Take care.
Phoenix Down Radio is a production of PhoenixDownRadio.com and Illusion Productions. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. In-game content for Phoenix Down Radio is the copyright of Square Enix. Opening music for Phoenix Down Radio is provided by Guilty Gear Rock You. Check out the Metal Chocobo theme cover and many other music videos at youtube.com/GuiltyGearRockYou. Closing music for this episode is provided by Guitar Wanker 90. Please check out their full version of Matoya's Cave and other rock video game covers at youtube.com/Guitar Wanker 90. The views and opinions expressed in this episode are those of Phoenix Down Radio and its hosts and do not reflect the views of Square Enix.